Hello, welcome back. I'm Tonya.
And I'm Aisha.
And we're here again to do another session with you. So today we've done all different kind of bits and parts. So we're gonna start to bring them all together, and it's more of a whole of you moving and exploring. So today we'll dedicate kind of time to this more exploratory improvisation and kind of your own movements, so kind of your own way of how you like to move the whole of you. So let's start with our warm-up. And relax your breathing. Bring your hands apart. Give it a shake. I hope you were with us for the last session, so you know what we're doing. And bring the hands up. So see if you can have your arms slightly in front of you. So your elbows just a little bit in front of you. It doesn't have to be too far, but it just, if you look down, you see that they're just a bit forward rather than behind you. And a bit lower down. And in the middle. And bring it up. And the middle. And lower down. And bring it to the middle again. And change the way you shake. And bring one arm up. And bring the other one up. And swap again. And swap again. Just remind you as well, when I say up, so find your own height. So it doesn't have to be really, really high up. So if it's just a little bit higher than the other arm, that's plenty. Then bring them to the sides. Make sure you don't hit anybody. And bring them to the front. And if you go, bring to your back, behind your back. And bring to the front. And one to your side. And swap. So the other one to the side. And swap again. And bring into the middle. Maybe you need to sit back a little bit, so we'll start to include our legs. So lift one foot and give it a shake. Lift another foot and give it a shake. And the other foot again. And lift one arm up. Change feet again. And change arms again. If you feel tired, have a tiny rest. And then join in again. Change arms again. Change feet again. Change arms. Change feet. And feet again. Arms. Put your feet on the ground. Put your arms in the middle. And let it run out a bit. Take a deep breath in. Oh. And out. Breath in. And out. Leave your hands to rest. Just notice how your breathing changed and you feel maybe your heartbeat going a bit faster, slightly different tingling sensations around your body, not necessarily just in your hands or your feet. And just maybe we'll start with the arms again. Just kind of give it nice, like a rubbing, like a kind of a mixture of rubbing, squishing, feeling the muscular structure of your arms. And then in your own time, so I do this kind of a bit more, I like to be squeezed. So some people find it a bit more sensitive, so you need to kind of find where you like to have this kind of squeezy feeling in your muscles. And your hands as well. It's nice to squeeze your hands. And if you put also your hands on your chest and give it like a rubbing, sort of a circular motion. So the idea is like it's not just so you kind of rubbing the surface, but a little bit like you want to get a little bit under the surface. So there's a bit of like a muscular thing. And also feel for yourself if you have any injuries or anything places it's a bit sore. You don't need to kind of to press too much. But if it's fine, it's actually quite a nice feeling when you can have a little bit pressure yourself in your chest. And then you can have it, maybe if you can reach around your back somewhere, the ribs. Give it a little squeezes. Don't tickle yourself. Little squeezes, little like a massagey kind of circular movement. When you put a little bit pressure around your tummy, and then you go towards your lower part, pelvis, hips. So you give a little massage, kind of like a brushing, circular movement, squishing, squeezing the other thigh, the other hip. And it's not just, when I'm kind of giving this pressure, it's not just the leg I'm giving tension, but it's the whole of me that engage. I have to kind of put energy into it. So it's actually activates the whole of me in this process. And you go lower down if you can. And the same thing. Go up and down your leg. And the swap. So it's the other leg. Give it a nice squishy rubbing. There's maybe certain places you feel like, oh, it's nice to kind of press in certain places. Yes, but it's really important not to, as well, lock your breathing or hold your breathing, especially when we put energy into it. There's a tendency to go. Okay, little pat, belly pat, pelvis, rib cage, chest, your shoulders, your arms, and maybe a little bit on your head, like a little tippy, like tip of your fingers, touching your face, touching your head, to kind of remind of that very important part of our body. And relax. So let's just kind of remember it in. So what we're gonna do. So there's a. We're gonna start with the torso. If you remember, in one of the first sessions, we did a lot of this kind of torso exploration. And we'll start with the torso and see how that movement can encourage our limbs to join in. It comes from the torso. So now I feel a yes, now here I want to lift my arms, and they become part of a dance. They can stop at any moment. Maybe it's just one arm. But it's the torso that kind of initiates. So my arm can have a rest. And torso dance, I can stop at any moment, have a stillness, and then start again. Now it's the other arm. So it's the torso that initiates, it's like starts the movement, and then the arm and the hand, they join in with the dance, and you do what makes sense to you. You move the way you like to move. And maybe it's both arms. So there's a space in front of you, there's space each side of you, there's space behind you, space above you, there's space underneath. All that space that arms and hands can explore with the help of your torso. Then the arms can rest, and then maybe it's your leg wanna join in. So it's the same, your torso starts, and then at some point it makes sense for me to join with the one leg, maybe with the other leg, maybe with both at the same time. So it's up to you. And then the legs can stop at any moment. Have a rest. And you can have stillnesses at any moment. And it's the torso that starts again. And now just explore for yourself. Is it arms wants to join in? Or maybe it's the leg. Or maybe everything wants to do it at the same time. Or they rotate. It's really up to you. Your own rhythm, at your own pace. Remember about stillnesses. Breathing. Okay, and find an end. So we did the way we did that the torso was kind of the main dancer first, and then the extremities, so my arms and my legs were joining in. And when I say torso, I can include my head as a part of a torso, so it's also very much engaged. So the torso was the main dancer first, and then all arms and limbs were joining in. And now I want to try to reverse it. So now my extremities, so I start the dance from my arms, for example. And when it makes sense, when you feel like, yeah, at that moment, I want to join in with the whole torso, you just do it at your own, again, at your own pace. And anytime you can stop, it's just maybe one arm. And then again, the torso joins in. And again, it doesn't have to be big or massive movement. We move quite a lot in one way or the other, but it could be very, very small. The hands, it could be just a little hands dance, and maybe there's a little bit engagement here. And that's enough, because it makes sense to you that way. So it's really your own kind of creativity or your own pleasure, your own way of doing it. Maybe something that you don't want to do, that's totally fine. And let's start. So it could be with the legs. So the legs could start. One leg, 2 legs. And inevitably, your torso joins in. It's really hard to resist, isn't it? So you have to kind of, with the legs, there's really wants to join in.
Yeah. Because it really needs this support because of the hip joint and everything. It's like, you have to kind of move in certain ways. To kind of release, I suppose, to release the leg or something.
Yes.
Feels even more.
Unless it's really like kind of at the front of you and you sort of hold your hold your middle to kind of let it just move. And it's really hard for me not to move it.
Yeah.
So you kind of, in a way, you want to. So let that desire to be, so join in. So it's a kind of like in a way, partner dance. So your legs, it's one dancer, if you can say it like that. And then torso, it's like a partner. So you share the dance, you pass the dance to each other. And now, at any time, again, you can have a stillness. And at every stillness, you kind of go, okay, I want to start with my hand. And then leads me, go through my torso. And maybe here, my leg wants to join in. And it's the whole of me that engaged at any moment. But at any moment, I can be still in my torso and all my limbs dancing, or now I join in with my torso again, and it's just my legs are still. So just a little bit explore for yourself. So now you don't have to kind of think too much who starts, when starts. You just move the way you like. And you might just notice, oh, here it's my arm moves. Oh, here it's my torso. So you don't need to, you just notice. So you just move, you dance the way you like it. And at time to time, you just notice these things. Oh, that's my foot starts. And find an end. So we're gonna do it with the music. And it's the dance, it's the improvisation. So you make it up as you go along. So there's no planning. Just to maybe remind a few things. So at any time, you can be still and rest. So it doesn't have to be continuous because it's quite demanding. Um, and maybe just something to think in that stillness. In that stillness, you can kind of think, okay, where do I want to start? Do I want to start maybe with my head and torso? Or maybe it's my hand that wants to start. So you can give this like little surprises in this stillness moment. So I'm still, and I don't know where I want to, how I'm going to start next thing. And I go, oh, it's actually my torso. And then it goes into my arms, maybe it's into my legs. And next time I'm still here. Just take my time. Oh, it's my hand this time that starts it. And then engage my torso and engage everything all together. So that's what we're going to do. That's our improvisation for this song. So you can start at any time with the music. Okay, so that's it for today's session. Hope you enjoyed it, and see you for the next one.
Thank you.
Thanks.